Guys, welcome to Freedom Homestead. I'm Tangie.
And I'm Jack.
And today we are going to give you a quick garden tour. The garden has changed so much since the last time we shared it with y'all.
It's exploded.
Big time.
Well, in a good way.
In a good way.
Growing. It's growing.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to get you turned around and we're going to start our tour and over here in Fort Freedom. It's our Freedom Garden.
What makes your garden grow? Water and sunshine. What makes your spirit grow? Knowing that she'll be mine.
Okay, so I'm not going to try to be too long because we are going to be going live here in a little bit. But if you probably noticed the first thing that has changed, which is this front part. We had cabbage planted here, but we have harvested all of it, and then I have tilled all of this under. So I am going to be planting some Blue Lake bush beans all down the length here. Okay, so here in the front row we have our bell peppers, and look, you guys, look at that. That is beautiful. These are the California Wonder bell peppers, and they are doing very, very well. As well as my marigolds. My marigolds are just gorgeous. Then down here we have another marigold. And then of course we have okra. The white stuff is diatomaceous earth. We have Japanese beetles pretty bad this year. But I wanted to show you, we do have a few baby okra pods. So in the next day or two, we will be harvesting okra. I'm so excited. I love okra. Last year we didn't grow enough to really do anything. So yeah. This is a mammoth sunflower. Over here is a spaghetti squash. It's looking kind of puny right now because it's so hot. But our neighbor that lives across the street gave us, I'm covered in bugs, gave us this lattice that he had in the garage and he wasn't using. He said, maybe you can use it in your garden. And I said, I know exactly what I'm gonna do with it. So I am trellising the spaghetti squash on it. Down here in the second row, this is the patty pan squash. It looks pretty rough because I just came through here with the tiller and I moved this a few times to get it out of my way. But we've actually harvested quite a lot of scallop squash. This is the Bennings Green Tint scallop squash, and it is, like I said, it's doing really, really well for us. And then down this row, we have nothing but Roma tomatoes. All of these we started from seed, from our M.I. Gardner seed. And everything is doing well except this one. I think I accidentally topped that one, but we still have tomatoes, so I'm not too worried about it. But everything else looks really good. These are candy striped zinnias that look very pretty and filling out really nicely next to our marigolds. Down this next row, we have more tomatoes. This is a Cherokee Purple. These have really gotten huge over the last little bit. So yeah, these two plants are Cherokee Purple. I believe this one is a mortgage lifter. And then look here, guys. My first blushing tomato, and it looks gorgeous. It has some splits on the top, but we'll eat it. We'll be happy to eat it. That looks so good. I believe this one is also a mortgage lifter. And then the rest of these are Romas. I grew a lot of Romas because they are good canning tomatoes. I prefer Amish paste, but these are the ones that I had on hand. So here I have another sunflower. Down this way we have, down here we have our collard greens, which as you can see, I'm ready to do another harvest. And then we have more squash. We have yellow straight neck squash and zucchini. I'm growing the Cocozelle zucchini, which is a beautiful dark green and light green striped zucchini. They're just beautiful. And then the rest of the garden is sweet corn. We always grow peaches and cream. It is our absolute favorite. This row has just really exploded over the last couple of days. They're already over my head. Okay, need to weed down here. Down here at the end of the last row, I have 2 plants. These are pie pumpkin plants. And then planted under, let's see, from about here down to about right here, I have purple hull peas planted. They were seeds sent to me by my friend Shannon over at Nearly Organic Noshing. And the rest of these, I have pinto beans planted, and I am planning on letting them trellis up the corn stalks. And the pie pumpkins, I'm going to train them to come down this way and to also kind of mulch this area down here. I had planted some sweet dumpling squashes down here, and they just not have done anything. Of course, this looks really bad, but I think I'm going to try planting the squashes somewhere else. Here are more zinnias. Look at this one. Just beautiful. So here we have russet potatoes in these 4 containers. And then back here, these don't look so hot, but I think it's because they've just gotten so hot and I have neglected watering them. But these are nearly yellow-eyed beans. I do see some blossoms, but I really doubt if these are gonna do anything. It's just so hot. Okay, let's go check out the Liberty Garden, which is what we call our herb garden. Chickens. So exciting. Okay, so here is the Liberty Garden, and it's looking kind of puny. So this is cilantro that has bolted, and I've just let it because the blossoms are beautiful. They draw pollinators. And then we did have it tied to this stake to hold it up, but the tie broke. So I need to do that again. The thyme looks good. Parsley's looking really good. I need to harvest some. Sage is doing great. Rosemary looks good. Basil looks good. Oregano has flowered out. And then, of course, the dill looks gorgeous. And my petunias, they need some water. Okay, now let's look at the Victory Garden. Okay, so we'll start over here with the arch. We actually, we planted Scarlet Runner beans. They're doing okay. I think it's just been so hot. And then we went a long time without rain and I didn't water. So these are probably not doing as well as they could. But they're still beautiful where they blossom out. Okay, down in this bed, I have planted Canter bush beans. I've never grown them before, but I know that the Stivers over at Stivers Homestead rave about them, so we're trying them here. Also, I noticed that this hyssop that I grew in this basket is blossoming out. I'm actually shocked. And this plant is going insane. This is a pink bumblebee from Baker Creek. And y'all, it's almost as tall as me. It is doing really, really well. It is going crazy. It's covered in blossoms. The clusters of tomatoes are just insane, and they're blushing. So I'm really, really excited. We are going to be harvesting tomatoes in no time. Okay, more Canter beans just planted all through here. Green onions are still doing good. This is a pygmy sunflower, and it's getting its head, so I am super excited about it. There's more green beans. Here is a beautiful zinnia. I've got more basil planted through here. And then this was a volunteer tomato plant that was growing in the Liberty Garden. And I pulled it up and stuck it over here. I'm pretty sure that this is a Cherokee Purple because I did grow them last year. And we composted the greens and we put the compost in our Liberty Garden. So pretty sure that that's a Cherokee Purple, but time will tell. Here is another pygmy sunflower that's getting its head. And this one is really, really close. This one comes up to my belly button. So it is just beautiful. I can't wait to see what it looks like when it opens up. Okay, so going back over here to this front bed, this is the white scallop squash, and it is doing super duper well. I actually harvested some this morning, but it is a very prolific producer. Here's another zinnia. This is the red cactus. It is so pretty. And this one has 3 heads. It's one blossom, but it's 3 heads. It's crazy. Blue Lake bush beans, I actually harvested some this morning. Here's another beautiful zinnia. There's a Ruger. Okay, down through here is the strawberry plants that I got from In My Gardener. I ordered 20, planted all 20 of them, and as of right now, 8 of them are still living. So, yeah, I'm not too worried about it. These will set off runners, and so we will just plant the runners when they start coming out. My lemon balm has really grown a lot in the last little bit. My petunia needs water. Okay, here is my pepper plants and my beets. I am so pumped because I was really worried about my jalapenos, and look at them. They have really taken off, and I have a few that are very, very close to being ready to pick. Let's see here? These are, well, these down here are much bigger. They're getting really big. Yeah, so these look fantastic. I am so relieved. We love jalapenos. We make a lot of things with them, and I'm just happy that they are thriving. This is probably my favorite zinnia in all of the beds because of the color. Well, this one and another one, which I'll show you here in a second. I do have golden beets, Cayuga beets, interplanted with the peppers, and then through here I planted peppercini peppers, which have not come up, and I don't think they will, and some Detroit dark red beets, which a few of them have popped up. And then over on this side, we have sweet banana peppers, and I have harvested several of them already, and I think some of these are getting very close to being ready to harvest as well. My onions are doing really well. I need to feed these again. Oof, that one is dead. But the rest of these look really good. But yeah, I need to come through here. There's a couple of them that I need to spoon, and the rest of them I need to fertilize. I don't know why my camera is not wanting to focus. Back here in this bed is where I had carrots and the Egyptian walking onions, which I've harvested all the carrots. I harvested all the Egyptian walking onions. And what I've done is I have planted a few rows of carrots and then a row and a half of broccoli raw because I love it so much, and I just wanted to fill in the space where my carrots ran out. And I've got it covered in chicken wire to keep the dogs out, which so far has worked like a charm. Our cucumbers, as you can see, are doing really well. They have almost completely engulfed the trellis. We have been harvesting some. I have made one huge batch of refrigerator pickles. So now I'm just collecting enough to can more. This is my other favorite zinnia. It is a beautiful coral color. This is a candy striped zinnia, but it's really just a coral color. It's like darker in the center, lighter on the outside, but they are just gorgeous. Then down through here we have more Blue Lake bush beans. I harvested some of these this morning. And then here my broccoli rabe has actually blossomed, but you guys, if you have never grown this, it is so tasty. The whole plant tastes like broccoli, and if you don't know me, I'll just tell you, broccoli is my absolute favorite vegetable. These do really well in the heat, and you can eat the whole plant. The leaves, the stalk, and the heads are edible, and they're really, really good. I prefer them raw, but they're also extremely good sauteed with butter or olive oil. They're just incredible. Got a cucumber right there. Needs to be picked. All right, before we go take one more look at the chickens, I wanted to show you my other container plant over here besides the herbs. I've been trying to grow a muncher cucumber. As you can see, it is just miserably hot. And even though we had rain this morning, this is just looking really pitiful. It doesn't really hardly have any blossoms to speak of. Doesn't really have any blossoms to speak of. It looks like that one didn't get fertilized. So I don't know. I don't think this is successful at all. I mean, I don't have any cucumbers on here at all. So, but anyway, look at that. You see that? That is a spider web that has caught a bunch of little flies. So yeah, I don't know. I have the worst luck with container gardening. I've tried it several times. I can grow things in beds. I can grow things in the ground. I have a hard time keeping things alive in pots. I think because they're more high maintenance, and I just don't focus on them, I guess. All right, let's look at the chickie babies, and then I gotta go in because we're going live here in a little bit. Here's the girls. Hi, chickie babies. Today is their first day outside, and they are loving it. They are going to sleep in the coop tonight. We've got their water down here, and their food, and their grit, and some treats that they have not really eaten very much of at all. We love how down here at the bottom they have been roosting, which is super cute. Underneath the coop, they have pretty much mowed all that down. The grass was pretty high this morning, but they have pretty much mowed it down, which is awesome. We've been watching them eat bugs and scratch. They are just so happy out here. But yeah, I gave them some herbs and a patty pan squash and some watermelon, and they've really not done anything with it. Jack gave them some of his cucumber peelings that he ate earlier. Doesn't really look like they've done anything with that either. But here in just a couple of minutes, we're gonna put them in the coop for the night. Yeah, so very excited. I hope you guys enjoyed this garden update. Sorry that it's been so long. You guys know we've been telling y'all it's just been a busy season. We graduated our daughter. Then it was her 18th birthday, and then work has been busy. It's just been crazy. I don't know that it's going to slow down anytime soon. We're just rolling with the punches. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this garden update, and until next time, remember to be vigilant, be prayerful, and be prepared. Good night, guys.